If you're searching for a brand new home in Fort Collins, one that actually fits the Northern Colorado lifestyle, comes loaded with modern finishes, and doesn't come with a metro district tacked onto your monthly bills, you need to know about Hansen Farm. I'm out here today in Southeast Fort Collins on site at one of the newest communities to hit the market, Hansen Farm by D.R. Horton Homes. And honestly, it checks a lot of boxes. We're going to walk through everything: the homes, the floor plans, the pricing, the schools, the parks right next door. My name is Eileen, and I'm a Fort Collins-based realtor specializing in relocation. This channel is all about helping you navigate a move to Northern Colorado with honest, on-the-ground information so you can make the best decision for you and your lifestyle needs. Today, we are here talking about Hansen Farm, a new construction community by D.R. Horton, located right here in Southeast Fort Collins off Timberline Road, just south of Harmony. If you've driven through the area lately, you've probably noticed it. It's pretty hard to miss, and there's a reason why people are paying attention to it. I'm going to break down this section by section, the location and what it's like to live in this part of Fort Collins, the homes themselves, and what you get for the price. We're also going to be looking at the schools, nearby amenities, and so you can get a picture on whether or not this community is for you. Let's start with location, because in Fort Collins, we all know location matters almost more than anything else. Hansen Farm sits in Southeast Fort Collins off Timberline Road, just south of Harmony Road. You're in the 80528 zip code, which is one of the most desirable zip codes in Larimer County right now because of its school district, its easy access to shopping and dining, and that sweet spot of a slightly quieter feel of Fort Collins without actually being far from anything. This part of Fort Collins has a distinctly different vibe than, say, Old Town or Midtown. As you move southeast, things get a little bit more spread out, a little bit more suburban, and for a lot of families, that is exactly what they are looking for. You get wider streets, newer infrastructure, quieter neighborhoods, but you are genuinely close to everything. Harmony Road is one of the busiest commercial corridors in Northern Colorado with everything you need, like Target, Costco, dozens of restaurants, medical offices, and fitness centers. It's all right here. I-25 is a quick shot east of Harmony, which means if you're commuting to Denver or even heading to the airport for travel, you are in a great position. And if you work locally, you're situated with easy access to both the Southern Employment Corridor and CSU and Old Town just further north. So if you're wondering if this area fits with living the Colorado lifestyle, the answer is most likely yes. Okay, so let's start with the actual homes, because this is where people really want to dig in. Hansen Farm actually has two distinct product offerings, and I think that a lot of people don't realize that when they first look into this community. You have the single family homes, which are the ones that most people picture, and then you have the paired homes, which at Hansen Farm are essentially attached homes similar to a townhome or a duplex style that come in at a lower price point and that are a fantastic entry into the Fort Collins market. The single family collection at Hansen Farm offers 11 floor plans ranging from just over 1,600 square feet to about 2,700 square feet. Homes are 3 to 5 bedrooms with up to 4 bathrooms. Pricing currently ranges from approximately $570,000 to just about under $800,000, with an average landing around the mid 600s to low 700s, depending on the lot, elevation, and options. Let me walk through some of the specific floor plans so you get a real sense of what's available. The Elm, which is one of the most popular floor plans, is a 5-bedroom, 3 bathrooms coming in at 2,400 square feet, a true 2-story home that gives growing families real space. Priced around $620,000 and up. The Aspen, which is a similar mid-range plan, typically 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms in the 1,900 to 2,200 square foot range, is a really well-balanced floor plan for families who want space without going into the largest tier. The larger options stretch from nearly 3,000 square feet and up to 5 bedrooms. Garage options include both 2-car and 3-car configurations depending on the floor plan and lot, which is a nice detail, especially if you're a Colorado family with bikes, gear, a boat, a second car, or all of the above. Okay, so let's talk about actually what you get inside of these homes, because this is where D.R. Horton does a nice job of price point. The standard finishes are genuinely solid. This isn't a situation where everything good is an upgrade. Step into the main living area, and the first thing you'll notice is the ceiling height. The 9-foot ceilings on the main level make a real difference in how open and airy this home feels. The flooring throughout the entry, kitchen, great room, and dining area is low maintenance laminate plank, great for Colorado life when you're consistently coming home from hikes, the dog park, or a snowy driveway. In the kitchen, you're getting quartz countertops, a tile backsplash, 42-inch upper cabinets with crown molding, and an expansive island. Appliances are stainless steel and include a gas range, microwave, and a dishwasher. It's just a well thought out space. The bedrooms are generously sized with spacious walk-in closets. And from the outside, the curb appeal is real. Craftsman style 8-foot front doors with glass inserts, fiber cement lap siding, and the front yard landscaping is already done when you move in. Every home comes with DR Horton's connected smart home package standard, a video doorbell, a touchscreen panel. It's already set up and ready to go upon move-in day. And the energy side, you've got a tankless water heater, vinyl dual pane windows with low E glass, and 13 SEER air conditioning, all of which translate to lower utility bills, which in the Colorado climate with real winters and warm summers actually adds up. And of course, a builder warranty is included, which is one of the most underrated advantages of buying new construction over resale. A number of home sites back directly to natural space, and I do want to call that out specifically because it's one of those things that genuinely elevates certain lots in this community. That open space behind you means no rear neighbors, a more private feel in your backyard, and often a nicer view. If that matters to you, it's worth asking which specific lots when you visit the model home. These are typically the first to go, so make sure that you move quickly if that is something that's important to you. So the pair townhomes at Hansen Farm are actually currently sold out, but I did just want to offer a little bit about them as well. The townhomes are a separate collection and offered with 3 distinct floor plans ranging from 15 to just under 1,700 square feet, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and 2 car garages. These had started in the mid 400s, making them one of the more accessible construction options currently available in Fort Collins. They include the same smart home technology package, craftsman style exteriors, and quality finishes as the single family homes. For a first time homebuyer or someone who wants new construction at a lower entry point, these deserve serious attention. For new construction in Fort Collins and this level of finish, this is genuinely competitive pricing, particularly when you factor in what you're getting included in the standard build. If you are curious about what your buying power looks like in this market right now, these are some really interesting financing options available on new construction, including DR Horton's own DHI mortgage program with down payment assistance options. You guys, seriously, if interest rates or not having a large down payment is something that is holding you back from buying a home, new construction can be a great way into homeownership while navigating these things to fit within your budget. All right, so the HOA at Hansen Farm runs approximately $70 to $80 per month, and for a new construction community in Northern Colorado, that is absolutely on the lower end. It covers things like area maintenance, front yard landscaping and maintenance, community upkeep, and the things that keep this neighborhood looking sharp. And let's not forget my favorite thing about this community is no metro districts. You guys, this is huge. Metro districts are very common in new developments out here, and they are one of the hidden costs that just catch a lot of new construction buyers by surprise. So no metro district means that your property tax burden is based on the standard Larimer County rates without the additional layer. When you're comparing Hansen Farm to other new construction communities in Northern Colorado that do have metro districts, the absence can really represent a meaningful long-term savings. It's one of the reasons the value equation here is actually quite strong in this community. Even at a price point that might feel on the high end, the combination of a lower end HOA and no metro district makes a real distinction. And it's something that I always make sure that my relocation clients factor into their true monthly cost comparison, because seriously, between the two, when you are comparing new build neighborhoods, the savings per month can be upwards of $500 or more in some cases. All right, so let's talk about the school systems around the area. So if you are moving with kids or planning to have kids, this section is for you. And even if not, school quality is actually one of the most reliable drivers of long-term home value, so it matters either way. All right, so Hansen Farm is served by Poudre School District, which is consistently rated one of the top school districts in Colorado. But let's get specific because it's the individual schools that really matter here. Bacon Elementary is less than a half a mile away, which is the kind of distance where walking or biking your kids to school or having them walk or bike with a friend is a real option. Preston Middle School and Kennard Core Knowledge are both right around the corner too, and that kind of proximity to your middle schooler school is something that parents really start to appreciate once they're living it day to day. But when I say that Hansen Farm is close to top-rated schools, I mean your kid theoretically could ride their bike to one of the best public high schools in all of Colorado. That is not something that you get everywhere, and it absolutely shows up in the long-term values of the homes in this area. With Fossil Ridge High School, it's 1.6 miles from Hansen Farm, less than 2 miles from your front step, is one of the top-rated public schools of the entire state of Colorado. Fossil Ridge holds a 5-star rating from School Digger and is ranked in the top 16 out of 328 high schools in all of Colorado. That's the top 5% in the state. In 11th grade SAT scores, 91% of the students tested proficient in reading and writing, compared to only 79% of the district-wide and 62% in statewide. In math, 63% hit proficiency versus only 47% for the district and just 32% for the state of Colorado. The 4-year graduation rate runs between 94 to 97%, well above both district average and the state average. And 51% of students ended up enrolling in AP courses, which tells you a lot about the academic culture and the expectations at the school. Since 2017, Fossil Ridge has earned 6 College Success Awards for its track record of sending graduates into successful college programs. Beyond academics, the school has a strong identity, a well-known marching band, a competitive theater program, and athletics that regularly qualify for state competition across multiple sports. Okay, so now you might be asking, all right, we get that there are good schools nearby, but what about everything else? What does your day-to-day life actually look like when you live on this side of Fort Collins? Well, I can honestly tell you that life looks pretty good. A short drive east puts you at the Front Range Village, one of the largest outdoor shopping and dining destinations in northern Colorado. You have a Target, Ulta, Home Goods, a solid restaurant lineup, and just about this whole Harmony Road corridor is incredibly well-served community. Also, right down the road from Hansen Farm is Twin Silo Park, and I really want to spend a couple of minutes on this because it is genuinely one of the coolest parks in all of Colorado, not just Fort Collins. The park spans 54 acres and is built around 2 real, repurposed silos that were salvaged from a road widening project nearby. The silos were retrofitted into an incredibly creative play structure featuring a double helix spiral staircase climber, the tallest slide in all of Fort Collins, zip lines, a suspended bridge. It has actually won the Fort Collins Urban Design Award, a ASLA Colorado Honor Award, and was voted the #1 playground in Fort Collins area by Northern Colorado. The Twin Silos is way more than just a playground. The 54-acre site includes community gardens, extensive walking and running, pickleball courts, baseball fields, a BMX track, a stream running through the park where kids can catch crawdads, a covered picnic pavilion, restrooms, and water fountains. It is legitimately one of those parks that just becomes a centerpiece of a weekend in family life, and it's minutes from your front door. And I also can't talk about Southeast Fort Collins without mentioning Horsetooth. Less than 20 minutes from Hansen Farm, Horsetooth Reservoir is one of Fort Collins' defining outdoor amenities. Boating, kayaking, paddleboarding, hiking along Horsetooth Rock Trail, and stunning mountain views on every approach. It's the kind of place that makes people realize they actually live in Colorado. And then there's Old Town Fort Collins, which is a walkable, award-winning downtown and is only 15 to 20 minutes north, with world-class breweries, locally owned restaurants, farmers markets, live music venues, and the Poudre Trail. So I'll be honest with you, as you move into Southeast Fort Collins, the vibe does shift a little bit towards the suburban. You're further from Old Town, the streets are wider, the neighborhoods are newer and more planned, but that's not a criticism, it's just the reality of the geography. And it's exactly what a lot of buyers are looking for. Families with kids who want to be close to Fossil Ridge, who want a yard, who want the right park right down the road, or who want newer construction without paying a premium for proximity to downtown, this is a great fit. If walkability to Old Town and an urban neighborhood feel is your priority, Hansen Farm probably isn't your community. But if you want a beautiful new home, excellent schools, a spectacular park nearby, easy highway access, and room to breathe, this checks a lot of boxes. Finally, let's briefly talk about the builder, because who builds your home matters. D.R. Horton is one of the largest home builders in the United States by volume and has held that title every year since 2002. They operate across the country and have deep experience in Colorado market specifically. Their Northern Colorado division is active across Fort Collins, Windsor, Loveland, and beyond. What that means practically is that you get a builder with established supplier relationships, a standardized process, and a national warranty program. Their DHI mortgage arm also offers in-house financing, which can simplify the buying process, and they currently have programs including down payment assistance options on certain homes, which is worth asking about when you visit the sales office. My advice with any production builder, D.R. Horton included, is that you have your own buyer's agent representing you, so having someone in your corner who knows the community, has reviewed the contracts, and is looking out for your best interest specifically costs you nothing as a buyer in the new construction purchase and can make a significant difference in the process. Overall, Hansen Farms is a genuinely well-positioned community. The new construction in Southeast Fort Collins, excellent Poudre School District schools, one of the coolest parks in the state right down the road, no metro districts, a relatively low HOA, modern homes with solid standard finishes, and a price point that is competitive for what you're getting in this market. But if you are someone who wants a beautiful new home, excellent schools, access to the outdoor Colorado lifestyle, and a neighborhood that has a strong chance of holding its value, Hansen Farm deserves a look. If you are thinking about making the move to Fort Collins or anywhere in the northern Colorado area, I want to hear from you. That's what this channel and my team is all about. We help people navigate this market with real information, honest guidance, so that you can make the best decision based on your needs. Whether you're 6 months out or ready to move next month, let's have a conversation. Again, my contact information is in the description below.